So spiritual science said we are not the body, we are the conscious divine. But quantum physics now is saying that we are a tiny matter, more energy. We, meaning our body, matter very, very little. We are all full of energy. That is the first principle quantum physics has detected. When they looked into the body, they said this body is totally empty. Second thing quantum physics said is we are unlimited possibilities and potential. We are unlimited possibility potential. Quantum physics said, first of all, a body is empty. Second, that emptiness, quantum physics said, is energy. And then that energy, the quantum physics said, you have any number of potential possibilities are there. We're going to go through it. I want to say these are the quantum physics statements. I will reframe them. Third one, quantum physics saying our observation manifests the possibilities. Our observation, that means our attention, where we put our attention on, is bringing that possibility. There are three quantum physics statements that it came up with. So let's look at that a little bit more. First one, I want to understand this first one. We have more energy, less matter. We have more energy, less matter. Okay? On this, in this slide, this left bottom here, less matter, what you see, that small little thing, this one is an atom. One atom is the smallest particle in our body. Our body has organs, right? My hands, legs and all that. What is in an organ? Cells are there. Skin cells, you know skin cells. Liver cells, brain cells, which are like neurons. They're all different cells are there. Red blood cells and the blood cells. Now what does a cell contain? A cell contains a composite element called a molecule. Water. H2O is a molecule. The body is full of water, right? Every organ has water. And the body has a lot of sodium chloride, salt. A lot of it comes out, right? Which is also a molecule. NaCl, salt. So, organs to cells, cells to molecules. So every organ is made up of so many molecules. It's got water, it's got sodium chloride, it's got some enzymes, it's got some chemicals. All of them are molecules. So a molecule, if you go little more inside, a water, if you go inside, it has contains what? Atoms, right? A water, what we said very loud. A little bit of physics you have to bear with me. You have to understand this because so then it empowers us. So water has hydrogen and oxygen. H2O. We've written this when we were childhood. Hydrogen and oxygen. Two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen combined together, water formed. Right? Sodium chloride is sodium and then chlorine, sodium chloride. Like that. So our body is made full of what? Organs to cells to molecules to atoms. So there are so many atoms are there. Trillions of atoms are there. Trillions. Our body has trillions of atoms because it's got billions of cells. And each cell has so many molecules and so many atoms. Trillions of atoms are there. So what we're seeing here is an atom. The smallest level, like hydrogen, right? Oxygen. Right? Now what they've discovered in this atom, if you see this picture right now, this atom inside, typically what you got is, there are things that are rotating around the center. The center is called nucleus, which is right in the center like a dot. And then you have a few rotating orbits, what we always learned it as electron, which is the rotating orbit. So there is one electron here, there's another electron here, another electron here. There's three electrons in this orbit, in this atom. Three of them rotating. Now if I ask you, by looking at the small picture, you can see the picture, right? If I ask you, how much of that is, if I say the one that contains mass, that means it's got weight, is only that dot, this central nucleus, and then little tiny dots, electron, 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 three. Only they have mass. Everything else is empty because it's all empty. They're just only going around it, like an orbit, right? If I say how much of that atom is got, what percentage is got mass and what percentage is no mass. Mass means weight, matter. What percentage of it is empty and what percentage is got mass? What would be your guess if I ask you? Because that is an atom. It's all emptiness except those tiny dots. Your guess would be what? 90%? 95% is empty and then 5% is got matter because there are only those dots, right? 99.99%. Tell me, it doesn't look like that. Right. Okay. So, but the point is, when you look at it, this itself becomes obvious to say that in an atom, when it is the central nucleus has got some weight, and then the electrons, 3 electrons have weight, only that much is occupied. Everything else is empty. There is no weight there. It's all empty. Only those weight have a tiny part. Now let's see what quantum physics discovered, which is a fascinating, always amazed. So deep inside, first bullet is everything is made up of subatomic particles. Deep inside a body, we have these subatomic particles, atoms, and below that electrons and neutrons. Now atom is 99.119 empty. Quantum physics discovered that an atom is so much empty. It is not 95, it's not 96, it's 99.9999%. And since it's so tough to say, you round it off, you get 100. So they're saying scientifically, in our body, it's all empty. But then you say, I'm seeing myself as a solid mass. What are you saying empty? Where is this emptiness? I can't see it. Recognize that 0.01% is where we put our attention on. So where you place your attention. So then we have to get to the next principle. But scientifically proven, it goes into deep into the atom. It's all empty. Now if atoms are empty, molecules are empty, right? Because molecule is made of atom. If molecules are empty, my cell is empty. If cell is empty, my organ is empty. Organ is empty, my body is empty. Yes or no? That's how it should be, right? So the body is naturally empty. Easy. But we see ourselves as matter. But you have to understand, when we go deep inside, subatomic micro level, it's all emptiness. But we put our attention completely on what? Our attention is always on matter. Because our attention is, oh, this is my laptop. This is my laptop. This is my son. This is my house. So we are only focused on material things in the whole lifetime. Because when we are brought up that this is real. We are brought up that matter is real. What we are experiencing is real. Everything else is unreal. And also, ever since the childhood, we've been told always, when you're climbing up the steps, hey, be careful, you're going to fall off. Right? When you're holding a pencil, you say this is pencil. So the idea of pencil is round and then it's got the whole layer. So we've been trained to recognize matter. We've never been trained. Nobody ever told us to look at the emptiness around a pencil. Did anybody tell us? Look at the space around the chair. Did anybody tell us to look at that when we were growing up? Only thing we told is this is chair. No one tells us, okay, there is space around the chair which is empty, there is energy in it. No one told us. We never put our attention on it. We always put attention on matter, solid items. Everything solid, we keep putting our attention, and so that's the only thing we recognize. Everything else we don't recognize. Okay. In fact, there are some pictures which are those dual pictures. They have picture in picture, right? You look at it first, it look like an animal. Then look at deeply, it look like two faces are there inside. There's those magic pictures. It depends on where your attention is. It just shows that it depends on where your attention is. What you're doing. Now, let's go build up on a little bit. So our body is empty, but we have put our attention always on that matter. So we are going after that tiny thing which we think is real. How much is tiny? It is 0.01%. That's all is matter. Everything else is empty, and we have not chased that emptiness at all. We are only chasing that 0.01% matter in our whole lifetime. What is that 99%? What is that? That is this consciousness. That is our Godhood. That is our divine. That is everything that exists out there, which we have never explored. Okay. Now, what did quantum physics further discover? We said everything is empty, fine. Now, what is there in emptiness? It said in that emptiness, it's a big field of energy. It said that emptiness has got energy. That energy, now when you say energy, now you see the picture on the right side. What is energy? Energy is a wave. Particle and wave. Left side is a particle, which has got an atom, nucleus and all that. Right side is a wave. A wave is like a radio wave, TV wave, right? Signals, all that, right? Radios. So waves. Waves means what? There is no boundary. They just energy, like, they keep on going. Is there a boundary to the light coming out of this light bulb? No. Can you draw a boundary around it? You can't, because there is a wave. It is an energy that goes on, however far it can go. Until the time something obstructs, then it slowly degenerates, right? So it is a wave. So they said the whole thing is emptiness is energy. That emptiness, they discovered its energy. That energy means it's like a wave. It is going, traversing. And your energy, because you have trillions of atoms inside, Gopalji, and you have trillions of atoms, I have them. Everything has energy, but they all are as what? Energy waves. They're all going. And energy waves, they're going everywhere. You have energy, my energy waves. They all are going everywhere. Now, energy waves, when there is no boundary, then what happens? If I have two light bulbs, are they mixed up or not mixed up right now? The light of the light bulbs is mixed up, right? They're mixed up. Some place is more brighter, some place is darker, depending on where they come together and cancel, I don't know, become bigger. Right? So that's how these energy waves that are there of yours and mine, they all are interconnected. When I say in my meditation, we're all connected deep inside our energy, that's what it means. Deep inside our energy, and yours and mine and everybody is all interconnected, because the waves are traversing and then they're going all over. So with that we understand that this room, we all are connected. We all are connected just with that energy wave, because deep inside our energy. We don't know it. Now here is the fun part. These electrons, the subatomic particles, right now, they're vibrating, becoming energy and matter 8 times per second. We don't even know. Do you know that this light bulb is blinking? How many people know that? How many people know that this is not a continuous stream of light? The bulbs actually blink. Bulbs blink. But they blink fast enough that we don't see it, we see it as continuous stream. That's why in very low, dim voltage, when voltage is dim, you see slight flickering is there, no? That is the nature of the bulb. They always flicker. They go off, on. But the thing is, when we have it, enough speed is there, then our naked eye does not recognize it. We think that it is really there, continuous light, but it's not. It's not. Same way, in our body, our electrons, all the subatomic particles are becoming energy and matter 8 times, and that is fast enough for us to don't even recognize it. We see ourselves as a solid matter all the time. Okay, that's a different question. All right. So first of all, we are emptiness. Second, that emptiness is energy. That energy is like traversing, so it's all connected. Big field of all of us are together. We are one big field. As matter, when I see, I am only this tiny Chandra. But the moment I see myself as energy, my energy, yours, everything is connected, so intricately interconnected. Can we separate the light from these two bulbs and say this is for this bulb, this is for this bulb? Can we separate it? It's not practical, it's not possible. Same thing, when we are energy, we are connected, it is very difficult to separate it. So it all become one. That is this oneness. That is this wholeness. That's what we're talking about. That is this consciousness. As energy, we're all one. Two intricately connected. One somewhere having feeling sadness is impacting somebody else, because it's all emotion, everything is energy. Our feeling is energy, our thought is energy. So every time everybody has a thought or a feeling, that produces energy that is going as a wave and then impacting somebody else, because we all are interconnected. That's why when a baby cries somewhere, baby feels bad, mother is immediately getting it, right? Because why? The mother has an attention on the baby. So in this whole big connected field, how do we get impacted? Wherever we have an attention onto, then automatically we are connected. So with those people, we are more tuned in, and so we can get impacted positively and negatively, depending on how much we tune into other people. If we don't tune in, then we get less impacted. If you tune into other people, because in this energy field, each one is impacting other. Everybody is always impacting the other person. Everybody is emotionally touching other person in one way or the other, depending on how much we want to take in, right, friends? So that is the second principle, is that it's a big energy field. Big energy field. We are, first of all, empty. The second one is all full energy and full field that is all over. Now, what is there in this field? They said this field has, energy has information. That information is influenced through thought. That emptiness that is there everywhere is information. That information is influenced through thought. So what is the way they said it? They said it by looking at and said, at subatomic particle level, as an electron, what we think is matter. First of all, a matter of electron is energy. Everything is empty. In that, electron is also is energy. It's called wavicle. Wave and particle is become wavicle. Wavicle means it is energy and it is particle. It's energy and particle. It's for some time it's staying as energy, then it becomes particle. Again, energy becomes particle. Now, what makes it particle is when observed, a subatomic particle becomes matter. When observed, when you put your attention on it, it becomes matter. If I am thinking about furniture, new sofa, new laptop, the more I think about it, and slowly I'm going to talk about this to my wife, my children, and say, guys, we're going to get new furniture. They also have to agree. So then they also start talking about it. We put your attention on it, and then we know that. Then we tell a friend. The friend is going to say, hey, you know what? There is some good deal here. There's a beautiful model here. Then your attention goes automatically. Then slowly you see, after maybe a couple of weeks, a sofa will come into your home. When you put your attention, something comes. When you don't put your attention, it does not come. They're coming into our life. Sometimes we say, I never thought about it. Came into me because you must have thought about it long ago. Everything that is coming into our life is always happening because of us. Whether we actually thought about it now, or sometime in the past, unknowingly, without having any awareness, would have thought about it in the past. And so we get it now. It's just that we don't recognize it. But quantum physics is saying, when observed, a subatomic particle becomes matter. So what did they do for this? Let's understand this. So